People occasionally ask me why I support metrication. I think the thing that really pushed me into it was when my daughter's pediatrician prescribed an overdose to my then-year-old daughter by insisting on prescribing in teaspoons instead of milliliters, even though the droppers have both. It involved a long, drawn-out description about measuring the medicine to just under 1 teaspoon line, and when I asked if she really meant 4.5 milliliters, she said yes, but wrote a teaspoon on the prescription anyway. The pharmacist, however, was more than a little annoyed by this. Her first reaction on seeing my daughter and the prescription was to ask for my daughter's weight, and then declare the prescription to be an overdose which she was unwilling to fill. Saved me a trip to ER, which I later learned is unfortunately not a particularly uncommon event. A study showed that household teaspoons are between 3 and 9 milliliters like these, and parents use them instead of a proper measuring device if they're given teaspoons instead of milliliters on prescriptions. Some more enlightened places like the Mayo Clinic have gone completely metric to stamp out such errors, but they're unfortunately far from common. Remember this? It was NASA wasting $360 million on a space probe because one group of developers decided they liked the customary measures more than metric. So the probe got confused in space and was lost. The cost of the lost probe is easy to calculate. The lost research is, however, immeasurable. Fortunately, huge mistakes like that only happen every few years, although Congress made a similar mistake last year to carbon credit purchases. Unfortunately, smaller mistakes occur every hour and they add up to hundreds of billions of dollars every year. Over the years, I've also talked with a lot of teachers about this. They hate our customary measurement system. It's difficult to teach, it wastes a huge amount of time they could be spending on more interesting stuff, and it makes a large number of equations that are easy in metric really very difficult. And because we don't use metric on day-to-day stuff, they end up reteaching metric every few years so that our students can study science and math properly. Fortunately, metric is easy to learn, but it's still time that could be better spent if we didn't have to contend with our customary system. My daughter is going to enter the school system at the end of this year. Really, I want her teachers to be making the best use of that time possible, not wasting it dealing with a broken customary system. Let's stop this insanity. Vote for completing the change to metric.